Welcome to Inside Shakeology, your destination for news, updates, and information. I'm Sandy Buadana from Team Beachbody.
And I am Darin Olien, and we are here to answer a bunch of questions.
Today on our podcast, we're going to talk about a great topic, and that is why should you drink Shakeology instead of any of the other cheaper shakes on the marketplace?
Oh my gosh, that's a big question, and people there's always people comparing things, and there's vegetarian proteins, there's protein shakes, there's all kinds of things, but it's hard to really know the quality of those. Where Shakeology really comes in, it's this orchestration, this alchemy, this coming together of really good, tested, active compounds synergized with other very good ingredients and active compounds. So when you have all those active compounds, you have antioxidants, you have digestive enzymes, prebiotics, probiotics. It's very important to blend those together in the right way with the right amounts. So just flinging a protein shake on the market without having the careful, not only science, but the understanding of these ingredients, it's really not advantageous. But because of this alchemy, you get this uncomparable blend, which is called Shakeology, because of its complete nutrition and balance of all of these ingredients, and that's key. The sum of the whole is exponentially greater than all of the individual parts, and it's so far beyond, Sandy, a protein shake. It's not about a single ingredient. It's not about a single macro ingredient. It's about this blend of this filling the gaps.
So there's nothing that really compares to it. I mean, nobody else puts this kind of blend together. Is there anyone that comes close?
No, I mean, people can fling these things together without having truly any understanding of the compounds and the ingredients and how they work together. So there's no way that you could compare that to anything else.
Good to know.
Yeah.
So, Darin, we get this question all the time. Why is Shakeology more expensive than other shakes?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, we spend so much energy and effort making sure that our ingredients are the right ingredients at the right amounts.
Yeah.
Spending that time making sure that from around the world they're what they're supposed to be. I mean, the other aspect of all of that, Sandy, is unfortunately the supplement world is kind of the Wild West. And we're kind of conditioned to having some supplements, maybe even some protein shakes, being a certain price.
Totally.
But often just inferior, poor quality stuff. So people kind of get conditioned and they start comparing these things when in fact there's nothing comparable to Shakeology because of what it is and because of those premium ingredients at the active compounds that it needs. So we are not conditioned for this kind of premium product until now, which is why we're talking about it and sharing about it.
Wow. Darin, let's talk about quality assurance. How is it what we do for Shakeology is different than what's normally done on the market?
Oh, man, so much. And I love talking about this because I'm so passionate about quality. And to have a quality assurance team traveling around the world doing this stuff, we test for the standard stuff that many companies do not test for themselves.
Really?
So first we test ourselves.
What do we test for?
So like microbiological, right? Heavy metals,
Okay.
pesticides.
Wow.
Basically all the things we don't want, we test for. And then the other cool thing, which I really love, we test for those things that are what we want in there, right? So why did I travel around the world to find these ingredients? What are they there for? Well, there's active compounds that are in each ingredient, and we want to test them to make sure that A, we've grown them correctly, we've processed them carefully, and we've blended them carefully so that the active compound is still there. So what does that mean? All of these active compounds have roles in the synergy within our body, aiding us to be healthy and vital. So, for example, maca root, right?
Okay.
One of my favorites from Peru. Like some of the active compounds in there, macamides, macamines, all of these things, these are active compounds. So our team will test, okay, in the field, it's there.
Uh-huh.
After it's carefully processed, oh, cool, it's still there. See,
Okay.
many companies, they're not doing that at all,
No.
right? So just because it says maca, it says it on the label, it's in the ingredient.
How do you know they're not doing it though?
Well, it costs a lot of money. It costs a lot of, they don't have teams cruising around the world. These companies are just new companies. And being in my position,
Mm-hmm.
I've been behind the scenes, keep in mind, for 15 years,
Mm.
traveling around the world. So I know for where many people are getting their ingredients, who's supplying them, all that stuff. For my opinion and what I've seen in the industry, Beachbody is going to a level of quality assurance that has never been seen before.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So, Darin, some people think that when you grow as a company, you achieve economies of scale and you're able to save on costs. Do you think Shakeology will ever become cheaper down the road?
I hope not. You know what? As we grow, we have to scale, right? So we're putting every time the company gets great at a certain aspect of the business
Mm-hmm.
and money can be extracted from it,
Mm-hmm.
from the top down, from Isabel, Carl, and myself, we drive the money back into the quality of the ingredients
Mm-hmm.
and also getting to this point where we have to vertically integrate to control more of the ingredients because we're
Yeah.
growing so fast. These things are massively important, and we've
Mm-hmm.
always driven those extra savings into making sure that those premium ingredients
Mm-hmm.
stay there at the level at which we're growing. And
Mm.
that is maximizing the profits to improve the formula, which is fantastic.
So it's constantly in improvement. I mean, it's just
Absolutely.
always bettering the product and always searching for the ingredients that make it a premium product.
100%. I mean, that's kind of the love that I have is like, oh, we found a new one. Oh, let's try to get that new ingredient in. And that takes money. And especially now that we're at the scale, it's a huge volume. Like if we want to put a new ingredient in, it's got to be at a capacity that's going to match Shakeology.
Mm-hmm.
So that costs money. And it's awesome to know that the company's behind us
Mm-hmm.
in doing that.
It's integrity in a bag.
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
So, Darin, I'm sure you get this question all the time. Why should I drink Shakeology?
It's funny. If you want to drink Shakeology, for you or anybody asking that,
Yeah.
I think it's such an individual thing.
Mm-hmm.
The formula was created so the massive amount of people can enjoy the nutrient density and filling in the gaps. That's what Shakeology was built on. But when people ask me, hey, why should I drink it? Because I can get this protein shake for $20 and blah, Shakeology is just a protein shake. Okay, well, that kind of person has kind of made up his mind. If someone's literally asking me, and if a coach, someone's literally asking them, I would investigate as to what their motivation is. Have they made up their mind already? Have they decided that Shakeology is for them or not for them? And my point of view, when they reach out to me, is like, listen, please, there is hundreds of millions of people in the United States that are hurting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And need better nutrition. So don't spend the time
Don't
on the
spend
one
the time.
person. That's the one thing. Now, I love to hear what people want. We are in a stressful world. I listen for those things. I
Mm-hmm.
listen for the stress. I listen for I don't have a lot of time. I listen for I'm a busy mother. I listen for I'm a heck of an athlete and I want to recover more. I listen for those things and then I go, well, did you know that it has this adaptogen and this thing in there and these things have been shown to, and that's where you can just have fun and people can then walk away going,
Mm-hmm.
wow,
Yeah.
this is, and now you're not selling anymore. You're just
You're
sharing.
educating.
Exactly. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
wow, this Shazandra that's at 17,000 feet in China, and this weird guy, Darin, went up and, was, barely could breathe, and he pulled it off the mountain, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that's pretty much how people talk about it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
thank you
something
for
like
that.
that, for sure.
Thanks. Thanks for joining us on Inside Shakeology.
And for other Shakeology topics, you can tune into Inside Shakeology audio podcast on iTunes.
And for all things Shakeology, make sure you subscribe to the Shakeology YouTube channel. And if you have any questions, comments, topics you'd like us to cover on Inside Shakeology, send an email to shakeologypanel@beachbody.com.